when the concerning his life are in his own hands, when he has the assurance that his income is stable and certain, and when he knows that he has the means to seek self-improvement, personal conflicts between husband, wife, and children will diminish when the unjust measurement of human worth on a scale of dollars is eliminated. Now our country can do this. John Kenneth Galbraith said that guaranteed annual income could be done for about $20 billion a year. And I say to you today, that if our nation can spend $35 billion a year to fight an unjust, evil war in Vietnam and $20 billion to put a man on the moon, it can spend billions of dollars to put God's children on their own 2 feet right here on earth. That is a great deal that the society can and must do. The Negro is to gain the economic security that he needs. One of the answers, it seems to me, is a guaranteed annual income, a guaranteed minimum income for all people and for all families of our country. Seems to me that the civil rights movement must now begin to organize for
I'm doing a little Facebook Live video. Have you heard? What do you think of that quote there? Are you able to read it or no?
On the banner?
Yeah.
I can read it.
Can you read it for our little audience, our tiny audience here?
The solution to poverty is to abolish it directly by a now widely discussed measure, the guaranteed income.
What are your thoughts on that?
I have to think about that.
Yeah, it is interesting.
It's interesting. I just have to give it a thought.
Okay. Did you know that MLK said that and talked about the guaranteed income?
No, never heard that before.
Yeah, that's what I find interesting. I mean, but have you heard about it talked about recently at all?
Oh, yes, in Finland.
Yep, that's right, yeah. So it's interesting, I mean, to me at least, that it's like such a, we're talking about it now, but it's such an old idea.
Concept, yeah.
Even, yeah, cool. Thanks.
Good luck.
How about you, Sir? Any thoughts on that?
No, she covered for me.
Okay,
Thanks.
thanks. Can I get anybody's thoughts on the quote there? Can you read it out loud for the camera?
Solution to poverty is to abolish it directly by a new widely discussed measure, the guaranteed income. Makes sense? Makes sense.
Have you heard about this idea before?
No.
So basically the idea is like everybody would get a basic amount to provide for basic necessities every month, every citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Martin Luther King talked about that?
No, did not.
Yeah, I hadn't either until recently, even up. Yeah. But you support? You think it's a good idea?
Yeah, I'd have to know more about it, but it sounds interesting.
It's definitely an epic
something
idea
to talk about.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Can I get any thoughts, any comments from you on it?
Yeah, same. I didn't know that was one of his quotes. I mean, it makes sense. Again, you'd have to know more about it, but yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. He wrote about it in his last book, last chapter, dedicated to the idea of eliminating poverty with the guaranteed income. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Can I get your thoughts on this setup? Can you read the I don't need a picture. I just wanted your comments on the quote. Oh no. Okay. All right. Todo bien. Todo bien. Can I get some thoughts on the setup from any of you guys? No? Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Could I get some thoughts on the banners? Can you read that banner out loud for me?
This one here?
Yes.
The solution to poverty is to abolish it directly by a now widely discussed measure, the guaranteed income.
What are your thoughts?
Wow.
Did you know MLK talked about that?
I did not know. Well, I know that he talked a lot about poverty, and I'm not familiar with that quote.
It's in from his last book, last chapter. Where do we go from here?
Okay. You know, Senator Sanders, when he was running for
In this last primary?
yeah, when he was running for the Democratic nomination, talked a lot about you know, raising the minimum wage to $15. I own a small business, retail business, and you know, in the District of Columbia, they've raised the minimum wage to $11. And what it's done for me, like, my income doesn't go up as a result of that, you know, so it just kind of squeezes me on both ends. So what it's done for me is, like, I can't hire as many people, I can't hire untrained people. So basically, I can't hire high school people, I can't hire people who have no skills. I think there's a conflation of the need to raise the minimum wage, which the federal minimum wage is too low and hasn't been adjusted for inflation for many years.
But it sounds like as a small business owner, you have some issues with the minimum wage. It does affect you
It does.
negatively.
I hire minimum wage workers, and raising the minimum wage doesn't necessarily change the market in the sense of, like, what value, you know. So if I have to pay $11, I have to get an $11.
So the minimum wage actually definitely can have a negative effect on small business owners.
Absolutely.
Now, this is different from
No, I
that.
understand.
Yeah.
So there's a little I was just going to say there's a little conflation of the minimum wage and a living wage. The idea that people working full time trying to raise their families should be able to make enough money to live a comfortable lifestyle. And that, to me, kind of gets into larger issues almost globally. You know what I mean? In a 7 billion person planet, what is a sustainable standard of living? You know, half the people in the world live on less than $2 a day. So, like, does everybody get a phone? Does everybody get a car? Does everybody get their own housing?
Can I give you a little pitch on this idea?
Sure.
Well, I mean,
Talk about a
guaranteed income, yeah.
Where does that come from?
Where does it come from? Okay, so the idea is to, or at least as it's being talked about nowadays, it's partly has this rebirth due to the potential of job automation. And so, you know, if there's not enough jobs for everybody, then, you know, we got to create income somehow. People have to be made consumers somehow.
Yeah.
So that's part of it. And then another, where does the money come from, like you asked? It comes from, a good chunk of it, people are proposing to come from the current welfare system, which is hugely, you know, bureaucratic and wasteful. Most of the money doesn't actually go to the people who need it. So the idea is to eliminate that and just give the money directly to the people. You could also get funds from, obviously, like, you know, our bloated military budget.
Okay.
Bloated military budget. And I'll just make one point for you. So
I want to take a picture.
with the minimum, with the guaranteed income, you wouldn't need a minimum wage. Because if everybody had enough to live with, you know, enough to provide or to afford basic needs, then they don't.
I'm not ready for an answer for that.
Okay, it's a new.
It's a new concept for me.
Cool.
So thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Hey guys.
How you doing?
Can I get your thoughts on this banner here?
Oh, we haven't read it yet.
You can read it
We'll
out.
come
Can
back.
you read it out loud for me?
The solution to poverty is to abolish it directly by a now widely discussed measure, the guaranteed income.
What are your thoughts on that? Do you have any thoughts? Had you heard of that quote before from MLK, or
I have not.
have you heard of a guaranteed income?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, most people haven't.
Yeah.
Most people haven't. It's,
Yeah. So what does it
can
mean?
I give you a little pitch? You want me to give you a little quick
Sure.
summary? So the idea is to give guarantee an income to everybody to provide for basic human necessities. So with the poverty line as it is now, maybe $1,000 a month for every citizen of America. And that would eliminate poverty. Because the problem with poverty is people don't have enough money to live. So the concept is just to simply abolish it, eliminate it by giving it everybody, the money directly, instead of giving it to like a welfare, a big government office to determine who gets to survive this month or not.
Wasn't that what Bill Clinton had done a couple of years ago when, what was it, when, did they have at that time? I forget what it was. But everybody had gotten, it's like a stipend or something. Across the board, yeah, I remember.
There's like a tax rebate or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I forget what they called it then, but it was like everybody was entitled to it. But the sad thing about this is that people went and bought cars and houses and stuff like that, so the money wasn't circulated. And so I think to some extent what it was intended to do, it didn't happen.
Yeah, I think what you might be thinking about, I think Bush gave everybody through it's like a tax rebate or something. People can correct me online, but it is maybe just like a couple hundred or a few $100s, just back on their taxes, something like that. But that's not not enough to provide for even 1 month. It wasn't enough to even survive on 1 month. So that wouldn't have an effect on poverty, as you could imagine.
So the guaranteed income, that's basically a set amount for each citizen on a regular basis, consistently.
Yeah.
Almost like a monthly basis.
Yep.
Wow.
Absolutely a monthly basis. Now,
how do they determine who gets it though?
It would be for everybody. It would be for each citizen.
Exactly. That's what's so revolutionary
So that
about it.
makes it equal. Everything's equal for everybody.
Yeah.
So it would be dependent on how you spend it would determine how you come out of poverty.
It wouldn't matter because you'd have $1,000. There's people in poverty don't have $1,000.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that'd be very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna give us $1,000?
Good question.
Right.
Good question.
So would it stipulate what you do with it? Because then if somebody who's going to go buy an old car and that's broken down in 2 days, you know what I'm saying, and they're still poor and broke the following day, how does... Because I think the thought that if you teach a man to fish, you feed him, like somebody quoted it, if you teach him to fish, you feed him for life. If you give him a fish, he lives for, you only feed him for a day or for a limited time.
But, I mean, when I think about it, we're talking about sure, you can take your money and use it to buy whatever. But you're still helping the economy if you spend your money here regardless. But for somebody who's really, really poor, we're talking about somebody who living off of $200 a month or $500 a month, $1,000 is gonna be very beneficial. They might not be thinking car, they might be thinking food, you know what I'm saying? And then even then, there's less people taking advantage of the welfare system because then you have a set amount as opposed to people who are just claiming all these things and then getting all this extra money while the hardworking people don't get the benefit from that. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I was just saying, as it is now, a lot of people who qualify for benefits, they don't get them because it's so hard to get them. You have to go through this huge process and this maze and jumping all these hoops and for someone who just heard of the idea, you seem to have you get it.
That's pretty cool. That'd be awesome. But I don't see in this country.
Well,
It's so much inequality, though.
well, we need it more than ever, and I'll make the argument now. One reason that we could accomplish it in this country is, there is a conservative argument for the guaranteed income because, like we were talking about the bureaucratic welfare system, this would replace that. Because the problem that the conservatives have with the welfare system, it's not that they hate the poor, they want the poor to like die hungry. It's they are concerned about like whether it's in their interest, like you said, like but more so like it's the waste of money in the government bureaucracy. Just give it directly to the people. These conservatives, they're all about freedom and independence, right? Well, that's how you give everybody freedom and independence. And reduce government, the size of government.
That's true.
Any other thoughts, guys? Thanks so much for taking the time.
What is
Thank you
this
for
for?
enlightening us.
Yeah, no, sure.
Do we need to sign something? Like,
No, I already. It's we're on Facebook Live here.
oh, that's Facebook
We're on
Live?
Facebook Live.
Oh, yeah.
But
Thinking like last night we joined
What
joined
is-
the protest.
Oh, yeah?
We were like, yeah.
when that next protest you guys join, tell them about the guaranteed income. People call it universal basic income now, or basic income. So yeah, you can check me out, Matt Orfalea, or just youtube.com/Orf.
Okay.
Orf.
Orf.
I
As
wish
in
I-
O-R-F?
That's right.
Okay.
Orf.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you doing it? Just
Just to get the word out. Yeah.
Oh, just awareness.
I make videos about it, and I put this thing together.
Oh, this is you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh. Man, that's...
There's some. I got some videos on loop there.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Oh, that's
they
dope.
might be more informative than me, really, than me, stuttering here. But cool. Thanks, guys.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Hi guys. Can I get no? Okay. Can I ask? Okay. Have a good day. Hey, can I get your thoughts on this comment here, or this quote?
Solution, what? The solution to poverty is abolished. What's that? Directly. Success.
The solution to poverty is to abolish it directly by a now widely discussed measure, the guaranteed income. So, yeah, I mean, had you heard that quote before?
No.
Did you? Have you heard of a guaranteed income?
No.
Yeah,
not really.
most people haven't. So the idea is just give everybody enough money to live every month, afford basic human necessities. So like maybe $1,000 a month. That's what the poverty line is now in
They
America.
got $12,000. Yeah. That ain't gonna work because what happens is, you may be able to live on $12,000 down south, but up here you can't.
Yeah,
That's
true.
the thing.
Now, would it be better than nothing though? I mean,
it's better than nothing, but it's a noble idea, but it won't work.
Why do you think it won't work?
Because basically what happens is, if you live someplace, like I said, if you lived in New York, you lived in D.C., you couldn't live off of that. It's not sustainable. It's not, I mean, it's something to help out.
Yeah, so it
But
yeah.
it's not sustainable.
Well,
I mean,
you could. I mean, you can. I would
could be
argue
a
you
supplement.
can get by with
It's a
that.
supplement.
You're not going to live
lavish
luxuriously. No, but you can survive on that in DC. Survive barely. I'm not saying luxuriously, but barely.
Yeah, I mean, if that's your only source of income,
just
I
barely.
mean, looking at your rent, looking at your food costs, looking at the areas that you're in.
You're going to need some roommates.
You're
for
gonna-
sure. Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, it's a guaranteed income for every single citizen.
It is. For every adult.
Adult citizen. Okay, so you get like 4 people, $48,000. They might be able to survive. They're not going to have a lavish lifestyle. I mean, you're going to have roommate on top of roommate, but.
But
I
would
mean-
that would I mean? Well, let me ask you this. Well, would the world be better? Would our society be? Would it benefit our society to have a guaranteed income?
It would benefit it possibly in the long run, but like I said, it's not going to happen.
Why don't you think it would happen?
It's not going to happen because there's too many forces that people that will be opposing stuff. See what happens now when you have to look at the root cause of poverty and the people who benefit from poverty. Okay, you got these slumlords, you got people that feed into poverty. So, and our society is not set up for full employment. You ever notice that?
Oh yeah, well you can, yeah.
You can never have full employment, otherwise people that look for jobs or people that help you look for jobs won't have a job.
Yeah.
So it's not set up for full employment.
That's part of the argument for guaranteed income is that there's never going to be enough jobs for everybody.
Right. And it's basically looking at it and seeing for what it's worth. I mean, it's a noble idea, but it ain't gonna happen.
And so you correct me if I'm wrong, but so it sounds like you don't think it will. You like the idea, you think it's a noble idea, but it won't. You don't think it will happen because of politics today.
Well, it's politics. It's greed because, like I said, if everybody had certain amount of income, everybody had that disposable income guaranteed. There's always somebody who's going to find a way to take advantage of it.
Take advantage of a guaranteed?
Well, I'm saying that guaranteed money. Because what happens is, say for instance, you've got people living, they're roommating, they're going, they're trying to do things. They'll see that it's working for a few. Then the landlord's going to get greedy. He's going to say, look, I can get 10 people in here now rather than having set up for 5. He's like, okay, I'm going to start. There's always greed. There's always a greed.
Raise the prices with it.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
here's the thing. Well, you would certainly have to have some kind of price controls, and we do have price controls, rent controls.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But they're trying to alleviate that too.
Sure. I mean, it wouldn't solve all the problems, but I believe it would certainly make things better, and I think it could get done for a couple reasons. I'll make a couple arguments. There's an appeal to it among conservatives too, because it would eliminate all the government bureaucracy of our current welfare system. Because it goes to everybody. It's a more fair system. It's not a divisive system. Now it's very divisive. People can be like, oh, why do they get welfare? Well, and I don't. And so this totally eliminates that, and it eliminates the current bureaucratic welfare system.
I can't foreseeably see it happening because, like I said, it's not like you're going to have a lavish lifestyle. You're saying that money's going to every single adult.
Yeah.
$12,000.
Yeah, $1,000 a month. Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen, man.
Well, here's another reason that it may have to happen. You said, the powers that be, they're greedy. They wouldn't want to make that happen. Well, with job automation, now there's a real trend in jobs being automated to technology, and if that's the case, nobody's going to have eventually. If we continue that trend, nobody's going to have enough money to buy the products from the wealthy people, the greedy people. So if they want to stay in business, they're going to have to make people consumers one way or another, and that's what MLK said. He even predicted some of the automation issues. There's a quote about that looks like it's about to tip over there. But yeah, cool. What's your name, by the way?
Reggie.
Reggie, very nice to meet you.
Talking to you.
If you want to look this up, youtube.com/orf, O-R-F.
No problem.
Thanks for talking with me, Reggie. So hey, Matt Orfalea here, and I am at MLK Memorial with a little setup we put together this morning, and we got a couple quotes here. See, I mean, the MLK Memorial is beautiful, a lot of great quotes, but most of the quotes are just, love and peace, love and peace, love and peace. And there's so much more to MLK than that. I mean, and at the end of his life, he was all about economic justice, fighting for economic justice for all people. Not just black justice, not just civil rights for minorities. He was talking about economic justice for everybody, and that's really what made him dangerous then, or dangerous to the powers that be, and perhaps that's why he was assassinated. But so we're here. We brought these quotes here to share some of his thoughts, some of the quotes that I picked. I don't know. There's so many, but I picked a few to print out. I also want to thank everybody who helped on the GoFundMe and just to get the word out. We also got a little video installation here going on. The glare is freaking insane, but
think outside of the box. It's an idea that unites.
Edited a little Bernie Sanders in there because when he was asked, he did say he would support basic income.
United States.
Although it's not politically
So yeah, that is the theme of this: economic justice and a guaranteed income, as MLK referred to it as. But today we call it a universal basic income. All right, I think I'll go around and more people. And I'm just realizing I could have just fucking. This is my first Facebook Live, by the way. I should have just flipped it over so I can actually see. All right, let's see what people are saying. What should I ask anybody questions, guys? What should I ask people? All right, I'm gonna go around and get some opinions from people. Can I get some comments on the banners?
Maybe in a minute.
Okay, yeah. Give you a chance to actually experience it. Sorry.
All right, you guys, come over here, please.
Hi. Oh, you can take a picture. Can I get your thoughts on the banners here? Oh, you're taking a picture of them?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
No problem.
Oh, I'm being such a jerk. Sorry. Can I get your comments on some of the banners?
I haven't read them yet.
Okay, well, can you read that one out loud?
Sure. Let's see. The solution to poverty is to abolish it directly by a now widely discussed measure, the guaranteed income.
So what are your thoughts on that? Have you heard of a guaranteed income before?
No.
Okay. Yeah, no, most people haven't. Most people haven't. And so, I mean, did you know MLK talked about it?
No,
probably not yet. Again, it's like most of the quotes around here, they don't really refer to economic justice at all, really.
Right.
Maybe there's one or two, but so the idea is everybody would get a minimal amount of income every month to provide for basic human necessities. That's the
That would
idea.
be great.
And as he puts in the quote, it would eliminate poverty, directly.
Right.
People are in poverty because they don't have enough money. If you really want to eliminate poverty, you just give everybody money.
You actually do.
It's that simple.
A
really.
guaranteed income.
Yes. So now that you understand, you got the basic concept. What are thoughts that come to your mind? What do you think of that?
I mean, you think about those who do not have a guaranteed income, which is,
Everybody.
all of us, but the ones who seriously, I mean, when you think about those of us whose grandparents are living off of Social Security, which is $300 a month, but if they've ruined their mortgages through people who've conned them because they know they're elderly, now their mortgages are $700 and $800. How are they paying for it when their Social Security is $300 a month? So if there was a guaranteed income or more that society could do, then we wouldn't have this problem. But
yeah, so it sounds like you're for it, huh?
Yeah.
Would you have any concerns?
Well, I'd like to know more about it. Yeah.
Any questions that come to mind? Because
how can you guarantee an income?
Okay.
Take this picture.
Oh,
yeah. How can you guarantee the income?
Well, the way most people propose to pay for it is it would be one government program. And
people behind you.
And so eliminate all the current welfare systems. I personally would want to keep healthcare for sure. But you take all that money and you just give it to everybody. And also take some of that bloated military budget. We have the money to afford it, but
okay.
So it would just come from our current budget, just spending it, but rather than spending it on bureaucracy and war, spend it on the people to eliminate poverty.
Right, I agree.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. You might want to ask.
Can I get your thoughts on this? What? on this quote here. Can you read it out loud?
The poverty is to abolish it directly by now widely discussed measure.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
So it's about the guaranteed income. MLK wrote about it in his last book. Had you heard of the idea of a guaranteed income?
No, I have not.
Yeah,
I haven't read the book.
Yeah. It's the last couple chapters are dedicated to eliminating poverty, and that's what he thinks is the best solution, the most efficient solution. Because as I explained before, people are in poverty are in poverty because they don't have enough money. That's what poverty is. So if,
Yeah.
if we really wanted to eliminate it, we would just give everybody money. Now, what are your thoughts?
There has to be a minimum, like a guaranteed income, a minimum standard of living that you can put for those type of situations. So if housing is a set price for people with a certain income, then keep it at that. You don't raise the rent every year to make more money. Because you're eventually about to pay off that property, so now you want more income for you. So just have a set income for people that make a set amount of money. And if you make more and you're gradually getting out of that system or that cycle of life, then you move on to something else to never return to that source of income.
Okay, let me describe this because it's actually very different from our current welfare system. So what's different is you would never go off of it and you don't have to apply for it. Everybody would be guaranteed it. Everybody gets it automatically, every American citizen. So you see how that's really different from like current welfare system where you have to apply and only some people get it.
Yeah.
Does it sound like something you would support, or you have any other questions?
No, I would support it, but of course you would want more details about who is it helping. Is it really helping the person, or is it benefiting someone else on the other side? So you don't really know. You just got to find out who is it really benefiting, the individual or the person that's...
The government would be one government program.
One government, okay.
One government program going to everybody.
Going to everybody.
I mean, see,
you just have to set that minimum, like we was talking about. Whatever that minimum income is for that community at that time, because each state has a different tax. So even if it is coming from the government, the state of Maine doesn't have as many people as the state of Texas. So the income will be different in each state.
That's true.
So you have to set that minimum for that state, that standard of living, and it will be conducive for that environment, that community.
Let me just like respond, kind of your mind. So you bring up a good point, and that is like, you know, how can you come up with like a single figure, because cost of living is different in each state. But some of the thinking is with the guaranteed income, if everyone's saying, say it gets like $1,000 a month, because that's the federal poverty line, just about, and you're living in an expensive city, all of a sudden you can afford to move to a less expensive city because you no longer need to find a job first to move, because you no longer need the job to just to survive anymore. So I don't know. It seems like that could work itself out.
That wouldn't be anything that the government have to worry about. That's an individual.
Yes. Yeah, that's all. That's all I'm saying is
that would be individualized if you want to move out of that state.
Exactly.
But now, when you move out of that state, that your income will not remain the same. Your income will be based on that next state that you move to.
Well, actually, whether the guaranteed income, there's a lot. I mean, lots of options for a guaranteed income. It could be statewide or nationwide. Very different options. Yeah.
The minimum, just say if it was $35,000.
I totally understand what you're saying. You make a good point. Thank you for talking. Thanks for talking. I'm Matt. What's your name, by the way?
Leon.
Leon. Thank you, Leon. Appreciate it. If you want to see, I'm gonna edit it, make us all look good. Don't worry. It's youtube.com/orf. If you want to check it out. Yeah. ORF. ORF. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
See you later.
Where'd you get that great bag?
Over.
Can I get your thoughts on some of the banners?
Okay, so
like this.
How do you mean?
Just I'm just curious what your thoughts are.
Oh, well, we just got here, taking a look at it now.
Can you read it out loud?
What is this for?
It's my Facebook live stream.
Oh, I'd rather not.
Not interested? Okay. Thanks anyway. Have a good. Can I get your thoughts on the banners here? Not interested? I'm doing a little. No, okay. Thoughts on the banners?
Huh?
Can I get your thoughts on the banner here?
Oh, on the banner? What, the one in front there?
Yeah, can you read it out loud for?
Yeah, it says, the solution to poverty is to abolish it directly. by a now widely discussed measure, the guaranteed income, which I agree with.
You agree with it? Cool.
Yes, sir.
Had you heard of it before?
I'd heard of it. I didn't realize that Martin Luther King had talked about it, but I definitely agree with that.
Cool. Yeah.
That, in fact, in other countries, you find that. There's a guaranteed income. And not only that, for people who are going to school, they get money to do that.
Yeah.
It means a little bit extra in taxes, but I don't care. If it goes to working people, middle-class people who need the help, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
So.
And as far as I know, other countries, they definitely have much more comprehensive safety net systems than us. And they don't think there's a guaranteed income just yet. They're doing studies in Scandinavian countries. But so you're familiar with the idea. So they'd give everybody, you don't have to apply for it. You don't have to, even be poor. Everybody would get it automatically.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I didn't realize. I thought there was a couple countries where they actually had like a stipend that people would get, but that's not the case.
I don't not ongoing. I know certain. Even Libya gave just cash to every citizen maybe 1 year, but not as an ongoing thing.
I noticed your Gonzaga hat.
Yeah.
Are you from there?
I went there for a couple of years.
Oh, I grew up in Cheney.
Okay.
Actually,
well, there's a high school, the Gonzaga High School.
In Spokane?
No. It's in DC. It's in DC. And it's I don't. It's Jesuit, so that might be the one relation to.
I just saw your hat.
Yeah.
Thought,
cool. Any other thoughts?
No. Do you have any thoughts?
No. Yeah.
You didn't ask me.
Yeah, I would love your thoughts.
Yes, I did know that Martin Luther King was an advocate for ending poverty and believed that poverty is one of the hugest issues with regard to racial inequity. And my own personal experience is that it is poverty and its cultural awareness. And that when people are more familiar with each other's culture and ways of being, they get along more harmoniously. And anything we can do to eliminate the differences and the disconnect between people of different races and different ethnicities is going to lead us to peace. We all want the same thing. Yeah. We all want a better life for ourselves and our families. And we all want the wars to stop, unless we're making money on them. So, yeah.
Somebody is.
Thanks so much, guys.
Right.
Enjoy this beautiful. It was a really nice day today. I'm glad it's. Yes. I have no permit.
This is your setup?
I did help out with this, yes.
No, I'm just asking who is here.
Yeah, I'm the only one here.
You're in charge of this?
And you don't
in charge. I did set it up. I did help set it up.
So, and you know the rules about parking within the site, and even though it's positive and it's about his birthday, you have to have a permit to be here. You're blocking access up close and personal to the statue by your setup. So if you don't have a permit, my suggestion would be that you have to call your people. And if they've got one, then we need to see it.
Okay. I am the one. I just had one person help me put it up. So
that's why I'm asking. If you don't have a permit, you can't be here. If you had set it up out there, it wouldn't have been an issue. And please don't record me. It wouldn't have been an issue. There are rules and regs to this, and you have to have a permit for that. This is why we have to ask those questions. I wanted to wait and see if we had one for you. But the way the rules go is that you're supposed to have one if you have one on your person.
Is it possible to
get one now?
Yeah. No.
Because the way things are going right now with the inauguration, you would have had to do this months in advance. You cannot call their office and get, especially on a Sunday, because they're not there, and get a permit for this.
Yeah.
So at some point, you're going to have to dismantle that. Now, if you want to move it out to the forecourt, I don't have an issue with that. But you're blocking access to their statue, and you can't do that. And this is a restricted area. So the forecourt is better for you. If you don't have a permit, you move it out there, then I'll have an issue. But here, yeah, you're going to have to dismantle that.
It doesn't seem like it's blocking anybody.
And you cannot have it up close and personal to that statue, sir. You're in a restricted area. You have to have a permit to be in here.
Now, I stood by and didn't say anything while you were interviewing people on your radio, on your phone. That too is part of that. Once you're in this restricted area, a permit is required. Usually, they ask you to be out there for any filming, any type of program status. We're inside here, so
I will.
I'm just saying you can. I'm not telling you to go away. I'm just saying move it out towards the forecourt.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask you? I mean, I obviously I have to wait. I mean, I can't do that myself. I can't. But in the meantime, can I get your thoughts on the banner? No thoughts on the. Okay.
I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
But I'm just letting you know. I'm not saying that you have to go away. I'm just saying we can move you out towards the forecourt. That would be better.
Okay.
And you'll catch a lot more people coming in. Okay.
Okay.
All
okay.
right.
I mean, Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
All right.
Means to seek self-improvement. Personal conflicts between husband, wife, and children will diminish. Measurement of human worth on a scale of dollars is eliminated.
Can I get anybody's thoughts on that banner there? No, can I? No.
Income could be done for about $20 billion a year.
All right, guys, I'm gonna say goodbye now. My phone's about to die. So, okay. Let's see what's my battery at. There we go. Yeah, I can just flip the screen. Jesus. So I can actually, again, first live stream. Okay. So it looks like we might have to move it. I'm literally the only person here. I set that up with my friend Irene, but she's not here, and like, that took a while to set up anyway. Probably because we're so clumsy, but all right. Thanks for watching, guys. I may edit this into something better, or more just shorter on my YouTube channel. Well, let's see if I can get a couple more comments. Would you?
Yeah.
You have a comment on the banner here?
On our behalf.
This one in the center here? Yeah, no. I was surprised to see, something so specific and economic. Compared to which are fine. The quotes on the wall are more to general peace and justice, but not so specific on something like a guaranteed income.
Yeah, not so much economics, but that was his focus the last couple of years of his life.
Yeah,
he was really dedicated to economic justice, not just racial justice.
I have never. This is my first time at the memorial, and so I am surprised. Some of the selection of quotes is a little bit more challenging than I expected from an official memorial, but not as pointed as this, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think of the idea
of a guaranteed income? I've seen some discussion of it recently. I'm fine with ideas like that. The specific guaranteed income, I feel like there's risks in that specific idea, and that you could have. There are good basic income proposals and less good basic income proposals. So it just depends on specifics, but I think something in that direction.
The specifics, I guess, that are being discussed nowadays is just a minimal amount to provide for basic necessities. So maybe like $1,000 a month, seeing as that's about the federal poverty line.
Yeah.
What would you think of that? Would you support something like that? Would you have concerns? Any questions?
I would probably start from the other side of trying to provide those services that people could buy with that guaranteed income. So guaranteed housing, employment. Well, I guess income would be regardless of employment. But providing the things they would get with the money, education, housing, things like that, making sure those are available to everyone.
Interestingly, there is like a ton of housing, like one in for each homeless American, there's 5 or 6 vacant homes. It's amazing. So
Yeah.
there's certainly enough housing, but people just don't have the money to afford it.
Yeah, no, I remember looking up that statistic. At one point, I was during the foreclosure crisis. It became particularly obvious because so many people were getting kicked out of their home, and so many speculation properties were just going vacant, no buyers, and all that. So yeah, it's not at all a question of supply; it's distribution.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for the thoughts.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. So did you set this up?
I did. Yeah. There's a couple good quotes on the side too.
I saw those, and I figured, okay, that's probably not the official
Yeah,
setup.
yeah. Well, it kind of goes all right. I don't know. Matches a little bit.
Oh yeah. Good. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
It's great
Thank
you
you.
did that.
Oh, here's my partner that helps me set it up. Hey.
I think we should move it.
Okay. Oh, did she talk to you?
No, I was just standing next to them.
Oh, what were they saying?
They're gonna call the cops if you don't move it now. Where did you ask me to move it?
Hold on. Let me. All right. I guess I'm gonna say goodbye.
For now.
For now.
We'll be back.
Yeah. How do I?